Hello, Whatcom County. I'm Doug Erickson, your state senator here in the 42nd Legislative District. This week, I'd like to take a moment to talk to you about a big issue for construction projects throughout Washington State. Whether you're building a school, a sewage treatment plant, or trying to build a road in Washington State, on each one of those types of projects, we currently charge ourselves sales tax. Let me give the example of a road first. Now, we take your gas tax dollars to go out and build roads all throughout Washington State. The 18th Amendment requires that your gas tax dollars be used only for road construction and road construction related projects. So that means we go out and we do the mitigation involved with the project, build the highway so you can drive on it. Under current law, we take a portion of that gas tax that we're charging you already and use it to pay the sales tax on a project. That doesn't make any sense to me, and that's why we're introducing legislation this year to get rid of that practice. What makes it even worse is on transportation projects today, we bond most of your gas tax dollars. So essentially, I'm taking approximately 9% of the cost of a project for sales tax and bonding that over the next 30 years. After we bond those dollars, the net impact on every transportation construction project in Washington State equates to between 13 and 16% of the overall cost of a project, depending on what the interest rates are at the time in which we actually go out and get the bond granted. So this year we're working very hard in Olympia to change that, to say we simply won't collect the sales tax any longer on these road construction projects. That way we can put a lot more money back into building roads and save the tax dollars money in the long term. Now, this also means less dollars will flow into the general fund. But when you actually think about it, why am I using your gas tax dollars anyway to pay sales tax to go into the general fund on a one-time basis? And I'm actually borrowing that money to move into the general fund. A lot of these things just don't make sense for basic accounting reasons. Now, the other thing we have to be concerned about is this issue of school bonds. Now, recently in Whatcom County, a school bond in Ferndale failed and a school bond out in Linden failed. What we need to do in Olympia, and I have legislation to do this, is say no sales tax will be charged on those bonded school construction projects. I had a fiscal note done on this statewide, and every year, in every budget cycle, we bring in about $200 million in sales tax on school construction projects. That means locally, you go out to a school bond, you're raising your property taxes to build that school. So we're saying we're going to charge sales tax, take it out of your property tax to pay the sales tax, and then bond it over 30 years. The only people that make out well on this are the companies that issue the bonds because they make more money off the deal. It's a bad idea for taxpayers of Washington State. It's a bad idea when it comes to gas tax. And I think it's even a worse idea when it comes to building our schools, where we're asking local citizens to raise their local property tax to pay for these new buildings. So hopefully we can start working on that legislation in Olympia this year. We're making progress on the sales tax issue for transportation. We need to come back and attack very hard the sales tax issue when it comes to building schools or building water and sewer projects all throughout Washington State. It's a much better way to use your tax dollars here. We also have to build these projects. We want to have good schools for our kids. We want to have these infrastructure projects built. It's a good thing for us to be doing. We just have to make sure that we're managing your dollars better in Washington State than we currently are. And these bills are a simple step to take us in that direction. As always, I appreciate your thoughts and words and comments about the ideas that I bring forward. You can contact my office in Olympia at any time. Have a great week, Whatcom County. Take care, and God bless.